All right, we got a video by the man, by the GOAT, Antonio Talks. Elon Musk has a victim mentality. And yeah, I called the man a GOAT. You know, young man, young black GOAT out here doing his thing. Got to show another brother some love.
Yeah, Elon Musk are beefing.
But I agree,
He may not
Elon
know
Musk
it right now.
He's one of those.
But I plan on dropping at least 2 hate videos a month on him just to
That's
get
good.
his attention. I really don't like this dude. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm
Me
pretty
neither.
sure everybody know who Elon Musk is. He came
clown.
out as this like fake.
Yeah, he was like this fake, like Iron Man, nice guy, cool billionaire dude. But he really just over time got exposed over and over again for just being a lame, being a weirdo, being a clown.
Tony Stark type of dude.
Being a
And then
racist.
as time went on, he started slowly taking off the mask. And in 2026, he's just a proud, full-blown racist. He has this much money, y'all. He also has 13 kids by 13 different women.
Sounds
You know,
like
they
a
love
nigga to
calling
me.
black men baby daddies and shit. But look at him, right? Anyway, he has that much
And
money.
you know he
that
bought
many
all that trend because who is fucking Elon Musk? Genuinely, who without that money, who's fucking Elon Musk? Nobody.
kids. But I swear, y'all, he sits on Twitter all day and reposts every
Just
racist.
cries. Everything involving black people, he just reposts it and cries and shit, acting like he's acting like he's not the one with $900 billion. To get that much money, you gotta be exploiting somebody. You're not a victim with $900 billion, bro. You're a slave owner. You're an oppressor.
Or any bad thing that a black person does, he'll be like, interesting. And it's just like for some people, dog, no matter how much money they get, they will never be unlamed. This is the same dude who was begging
Money
to get
can't
an
unlame
invite
you.
to Jeffrey Epstein's island. And because he was so lame, even to them elites, they didn't care about how much money he had. He couldn't get on. So Elon Musk retweeted this post. It says, South African president says that the country will not abandon its DEI policies known as Black Economic Empowerment. Those who only say BE and affirmative action must stop are just dreaming, he said. Elon Musk retweeted, South Africa has extremely racist laws.
Bro,
Now, for context,
bro.
y'all, Elon Musk was born in like the 1970s in South Africa. So this was at the height of the apartheid.
Bro, he was born in South Africa. South Africa, those racist laws are racist laws made by your people to benefit your people to go against people who look like me. So what do you mean? So you're talking about racist laws towards white people, right? Not towards black people who live there, the people who are indigenous to that land.
Don't know what the
not y'all
apartheid is.
colonizers.
It's basically on some Jim Crow South type of shit, but in South Africa. It was segregated, and white supremacy there was at an all-time high. So not giving Elon Musk any type of grace, but we can see the type of system he grew up in. What you got to understand with a lot of these folks is that equality equates to oppression to them, right?
Yeah.
It thinks
Their idea of equality is them being prioritized as number one and just the face of everything, and us being down here. When we come up like this, they feel like it brings them down. So they feel like it's not equal.
are on the
So,
same standards, then what are you
it's a
doing
mental
wrong?
illness.
Why aren't we in favor? In 2026, especially in America, man, things are, I would say they're on an even playing field. Not as much, but we're getting there.
Yeah,
This is
we're
why we
getting
see a
there,
lot of black
definitely.
doctors, black lawyers, hell, even other minorities. They are getting some of these top jobs, and a lot of these mediocre white people, they like, wow, hey, hold on now. How did y'all get these jobs? Because, you know, back in the day, shit,
Yeah,
let's say
I'm supposed to get the job because I'm white. That's all I need.
me and you graduated college. You're a white man, I'm black. We got the same credentials, same test scores, but the owner is a white man. I mean, 9 times out of 10, he's going to choose that other white dude. He's more familiar with them. So that's why things like DEI were started, right? Just because these people are more successful don't mean that they're better. So now that we got that understood, let's look at these comments of them eating him up. For example, this is a picture of a park bench. It says Europeans only in Africa. And I forgot to mention that
That
the
is
apartheid lasted.
crazy. The fact that they can just do that. The fact that they can just come over to Africa and run our shit is crazy.
From the 1940s to the mid 1990s, early 1990s, which is crazy.
Like, if there is a
and this
God,
right
he
here is
needs
a
to
tweet that
make that
really blew up. It
illegal.
says, this is how Elon Musk was raised in the apartheid South Africa, y'all. So, you know, I'm just showing y'all this to see the system that Elon Musk has benefited from. Truly, but he makes statements like that. This breaks my heart, bro, that some of my black people even had to live like this,
Hate that he
dog. You have
owns
to
this
make
app,
ends
too.
meet by doing shit like this, bro. This is a picture of young Elon Musk and his brother next to a nice ass car because he brags about him coming from nothing. You've always had money. You grew up in the apartheid South Africa. His dad is also a white supremacist and also a pedo. You know what I'm saying? I talked about him in a previous video. But here's another video showing how this area was at this time. This is in Rhodesia, 1973. A farmer was made to search for landmines using a pitchfork so the white man could drive safely.
So only one boy came up,
crazy.
actually 2, but I only needed 1. So I gave him one of my pitchforks, that's the hay forks, and he was in front of us, and wherever is a soft spot, I told him to pitch in there, stick the fork in there and see if there's anything. so that we could get.
If y'all don't
I hate to be one of those black people who be like, man, back in the day, I wouldn't have gone for that. I wouldn't have did that. They would have had to kill me. I hate being one of those, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm not doing this right here. Whoop my ass, cut my leg off. I don't care. I'm not doing this because I'm
know what a
dead.
landmine is, it's like a bomb. So if he touch it, he'll blow up and die. So he's like, basically, you just go out there and do this work
Die,
for me. And if you
basically.
die, it's cool. I'll replace you type shit. Like,
This is nuts.
so this is the time that Elon Musk grew up in,
we
yo.
had to put this. We had to. Put
You know,
up with
this
shit.
was
And
the
we
time he
did
grew up
do
in.
so until we reached the main road. And then I had the boy turn back and I went over to the neighbors to phone from there. I went over to Mr. J.D. West Station, my
Bruh,
next
at
door
that
neighbor.
point, bruh, go off road.
And from then I phoned the police, and from then on the bigger start moving. It was that
Yeah.
one.
And this is another tweet that just shows how much of a fraud Elon Musk is. It says, while attending the University of Pennsylvania, Elon Musk rented a 10-bedroom house and converted it into a nightclub, charging students a $5 entry fee. Now, what average college student can rent a 10-bedroom house unless he's already from money? The fake origin story that you came from nothing is BS, bro. And nobody's falling for it. Now, I want to go through some of his retweets, right? It says, if white men become minority, we will be slaughtered. Remember, if non-whites openly hate...
White dudes think that everybody else is like them. Everybody else don't want to run around killing everybody. That's y'all. That's what y'all do. Like, we don't want to oppress people. We just want to just exist in peace and just have motherfuckers leave us alone. Y'all the ones who want to kill everybody. Just because y'all want to kill people, don't think everybody else want to kill y'all. Stop projecting. This is projection right here.
While white men hold a collective majority, then they
And the reason white men, first of all, y'all are not hated. Y'all are just openly criticized because of the wrong y'all have did and are still doing.
will be 1,000 times more hostile and cruel when they are the majority over white. White solidarity is the only way to. And once again, man,
And he
this
retweeted
whole
that.
thing about
This
white
dude is
people
an
becoming a
open racist.
minority is
Why ain't
basically
his
just
bank
fear.
accounts
It's
getting
fear
frozen?
because of the way that they treated everybody through the last couple hundreds of years is going to get back to them. All of the rapings, all of the mass killings, all of the destruction that they have caused is going to catch up to them. So that's what it's all stemming from. And the crazy thing is, bro, people ain't gonna do nothing to y'all. I feel like it's just not in a lot of us DNA. You know what I'm
Literally,
saying?
it's not in our DNA to just be fucking monsters like it is for y'all. Going around mass R-wording, killing, all that. We don't do that. That's not what we do over
something
here.
we care to get revenge. We just want to be left alone,
Literally.
and chilling. And like I said, man, just from where Elon Musk
wanna
comes
be away from
he's
y'all,
always
literally.
had it good. White people were always on the top, black people were always on the bottom. So he in 2026 now, things are changing. He doesn't like this. It's just crazy that he's literally the richest man in the world. I mean, he has all the money to change things, but he couldn't care less about, you know what I'm saying, the white peasants. He don't care. He don't care about them either, but it's like a facade, you know. That's why I say with racism, at the end of the day, bro, it hurts white people. It hurts y'all too. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, I'm finna show y'all some tweets that Elon Musk wouldn't retweet because his game is like basically finding a black on white crime, reposting it. In fact, you will never see him repost a crime of white men doing something to women or like, you know what I'm saying, he glances past those, but once it's a black on white crime, he's locked in. Flight attendant 25 stabbed to death with scissors at 5-star hotel by ex because he thought she was working as a escort. And it's a white woman and a white man, but you know, no type of cover. Look at the likes. Like, this type of stuff don't even trend. Here's another one. Charlie Kirk fan stalked and brutally murdered 2 girls for talking shit about Charlie Kirk, and the suspect was a white man. So yeah, this is a story that I talked about on my channel previously, right? But I didn't know he got let's read it. Disgraced Texas mega church pastor free after 6 months in jail for said, you know, I'm not gonna read it out, y'all know YouTube be tweaking, whatever. He did something to a 12-year-old girl. Free after 6 months, bro. This is why I tell y'all, man, the system protects these types of people.
Monsters.
You know what I'm saying? This is why it's so rampant in their communities. They don't hold each other accountable. Always want to scream us accountability. Y'all don't hold each other accountable for the pedo numbers in the community, dog. Wisconsin teacher has confessed to doing something to 2 of her special needs students. Arrested. Elon Musk, where's the retweet? A Texas teacher and Coach Shelby Lashomi pleaded guilty to improper relations with 2 teenage boys under 17. Basically, she was let off for this. Look at this story, y'all. So it says Rex Human, the Gilgo Beach serial killer, just pleaded guilty to murdering 8 women and admitted in court that he strangled them. Golly, but white men and pretty much all white women victims. And what you gotta know,
killers still exist.
this is that, bro, a lot of these right wing dudes, they don't care about the crime. They just don't want a black person doing it. Like, they're cool if they do it because they mainly do it themselves, but it's like, why are you doing stuff that I'm supposed to do to our people? What do you know what I'm saying? It's that type of shit. And I truly advise that y'all follow this Twitter page, right?
Yeah,
because he'll keep you updated. It's so many stories of just messed up shit happening. Because like I said, the media make you think that it's only black people doing these things. Stop falling for the propaganda.
If you believe that people of color are inherently more violent than white people, you're an idiot or you've been propagandized. I've got people in my comment sections arguing that the reason the homicide rates in these red states are so high is because of all the black people in the Democrat cities within those states. It's garbage.
This is why we always hear things like, oh, Chicago is so bad, because people contribute the Chicago drill era of, you know, all these black teens with the murder rate. So it's a dog whistle when they say things like this, you know. So keep in mind the propaganda, even though that's not true. Chicago is not even top. Like, Chicago has went all the way down.
We're putting it to bed right now. I've got FBI homicide rate data. I've got U.S. Census Bureau data. I've got the 5 cities with the highest percentage of their population who self-identifies as black. So according to these people in my comments section, they should have the 5 highest murder rates in the country, right? Number 1 is South Fulton, Georgia, where 90.6% of the population self-identifies as black. Their murder rate below the national average. You know what else is below the national average? Their poverty rate. I'm sure that's a correlation that won't persist throughout this entire thing
only
and around
18% of black people in America right now. 18% out of the 40, what is it? It's 40 something million, 43 I think, are under the poverty line. So this whole narrative that black people are, we're all just dirty and broke and struggling is not true either, because only 18% of us is below the poverty line. 18% out of 43 million.
The world. Number 2, Jackson, Mississippi. 82% self-identify as black. Murder rate is near the top. You know what else is near the top? Their poverty rate. That's 2.63 times higher than the national average and is the 8th highest in the country. Number 3, East Orange, New Jersey, 79.1% self-identify as black. Should have the 3rd highest murder rate in the country, right? It's not in the top 200. It is above the national average, just like their poverty rate. Number 4, Lauderhill, Florida, 76.3% identify as black. Should have the 4th highest murder rate in the country, right? It's not in the top 100. It is above the national average and slightly higher than East Orange, but so is their poverty rate at 19.4%. And number 5, Detroit, Michigan, should have the lowest murder rate on this list, right? 75.3% self-identify as black. Their murder rate is the 8th highest in the nation. Their poverty rate is the 4th highest in the nation, 3.08 times the national average. Look at this table I'm building. Right now I've got 40 cities with populations of 40,000 or higher sorted by homicide rate. Not a single one of them in this top 40 list is below or at the national average for poverty. But Blake, if poverty is the #1 driver of crime, then why are poor white people less violent than poor black people? Well, it's pretty simple. They're not. I get a lot of these stupid comments on my
Hey, truly, Brad, I know I always talk about this. I am a crime show fanatic. I love them, man. And a lot of times when I watch them, bro, it's poor white people in these rural areas doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't attribute that to them being white, but I could, because it's mainly white on white crime in the country. Sometimes not even in the country.
You got a brain.
And it's not a position backed by
because
data.
of poverty. We're not
The
racist.
FBI did a study in 2016 looking at people below the federal poverty line and determined that white people had the highest violent crime victimhood rates. The FBI has also shown through...
That's so should we target white Americans more? Proof it right now. But why
idiot.
They're coming in here bringing drugs and ruining my country. I don't want them here. They do that less than white Americans. Huh? That's so what I believe. Should we target white Americans more? No. But white Americans do more crime. If you show me the proof, then... I'll show you proof right now. 69% of all arrests are white Americans. There's no evidence. This is the FBI's website. In 2019, 69.4% of all individuals who were arrested were white. Is that not evidence to you? 11,588 rapes were done by white Americans.
Here's the problem. Now we're gonna.
This is the problem.
Know what I'm saying?
It's not about white or black. It's about we're all supposed to be one in America.
It's not about white or black. Okay.
God, this is what people comment on my videos.
This right here is dumb pride. You can't just be like, yeah, white people do this. You gotta jump around and scramble around the fact that your people do the most crime in this country.
Anytime I bring it up, they're like, "Oh, bro, you're causing division.
Race.
You're doing this and that." Do I see y'all in the comments of those people making black fatigue videos? Do I see y'all under all the anti-black videos on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram? I don't never see y'all there.
That's what I believe. I think we all should be one. We should all be.
You don't believe that because you think we should be deporting people out their homes every single day.
And that's because
and they don't commit any crimes.
But that's pretty much it for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Listen, if y'all hate,
bro. I'm out.